Hey guys, welcome back to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host, Eben. On Synthetic Oil Protection, we show how to exponentially protect your vehicle's engines, transmissions, and differentials 2 to 4 times better than using OEM fluids. So if you guys are interested in protecting your vehicles exponentially, definitely consider subscribing.
Hit the little subscribe button right here, and then you go ahead and tap the notification bell.
So today we're going to be working on this 2009 Lexus RX 350. We just did a GS 350 the other day. This is a RX, which is the SUV. Really nice car. We're going to be doing an oil change. But before we do the oil change, we're going to be doing the motor oil flush. And what this does is it cleans out all the varnish out of the crankcase. It also cleans around the valves. And it really helps get any sludge or carbon deposits out of the engine. And then we're going to be putting in our Amsoil Signature Series. This is a proprietary 100% synthetic lubricant. This motor oil outperforms Mobil 1 Extended Performance by 4 times in the industry standard turbocharger deposit testing. And it lasts 1 year, 25,000 miles. And you also get better gas mileage, because the oil circulates with less friction. We're also going to be putting in our Amsoil filter. This is good for 1 year, 15,000 miles, and it's quite a bit of an upgrade over OEM. You can see the 98.7% efficiency of the filter. And then coming inside the box, the actual filter is a synthetic medium, which is proprietary, and then also the silicone around the inlet is also proprietary as well, and that doesn't allow the oil to get past, and it all goes through the filters. Also, the pleating is closer together, so there's more medium that traps more contaminants. This traps 4 times more contaminants than cellulose paper, and it also flows easier, so it'll be easier on your oil pump and get you better gas mileage, and most importantly, less wear, because the cold starting, the oil flows faster and it starts lubricating your system. First thing we do is we go ahead and open up our engine flush, and this is a very thin detergent that gets all the junk around the valves, a lot of buildup, also cleans out the crankcase, and we just pop off the safety seal. Protection. And then we just go ahead and dump her in. And that's it. Once you pour all this thin detergent in, we start the car up and we let it idle for 10 to 15 minutes. If you have an older car, I recommend you let it idle for 15 minutes. If you have a newer car, you'll be fine doing it for 10 minutes. And then with diesel engines, definitely let it idle for 15 minutes. And this makes changing the oil on a diesel truck like twice as easy. It's so much easier to change the oil. It makes it thinner, it flows out faster, and the oil's not as pasty and sticky, and it's not like paint, so it really thins it out. All right, we just gotta start her up. All right, we start her up and let her idle for 15 minutes. I'm going to let you guys hear it idle before, and then we'll let you hear it idle after we do the oil change. So here's before. Well, we let the engine idle for 15 minutes. Right now it's circulating the engine flush. We're going to go ahead and do our PI Performance Improver. And what this does is it cleans all the ethanol varnish out of the fuel system. It also cleans deposits all around your combustion chambers. Also cleans the valves and really helps with the whole entire fuel system. And all you do is just put it in. We call it one finger cleaning, and you do it every 4,000 miles. And you can expect, on a newer car, you can expect about maybe a half a mile a gallon better On an older car, you can expect up to 2 miles a gallon improvement, and on up to 5.7% better fuel mileage, and also it helps with your emissions too. All right, guys, don't go away. We're getting ready to put this barrier, this wall of protection is going in the engine soon.
All right, but before we put our wall of protection in, we got to drain her down. So all we do is we got our 14mm socket, and we just crack her loose. Real easy with a breaker bar. And now, we go ahead and just loosen her up. Use the socket here. All right, on the count of 3. A 1, a 2, and a 3. And there she is. Just let her drain down. And while that's draining, this car is so easy to work on, we can go right on ahead and crack loose our filter. So we just use our standard 3/8 drive, regular old set, goes right in, and with a big old breaker bar, easy as pie. Crack her loose here, let her drain down. And then here's a cute little thread-in piece you can use that comes with the filter. And basically, I think it threads in here and allows you to drain it before you take it out, which is interesting. It's a cute design. Got our filter tool on. This is like a little snap-on cap. And now we just do it with our breaker bar. Makes it real easy. And that's pretty much it. Just loosen her up. All right. So there it is. I'll show you guys the filter up top. I wanted to show you guys the different filters compared to the Amsoil filter. So here's our cartridge. The cartridge is out. That's what it looks like inside. And we're going to take our old O-ring off and we're going to replace it. And here are the filters side by side. So the Amsoil filter comes sealed, real good packaging, and it's got the whole O-ring kit for both, which we're going to replace. Show you that in a second. O-ring kit for the Amsoil filter, and here is the OEM filter right here. This is OEM. It's got very thin pleats. The oil can get by on the sides and some can get around. Where in the Amsoil filter, the silicone gasket comes out further. It doesn't let oil go through the side. And also the synthetic medium on the Amsoil filter is a proprietary medium that traps more contaminants. And this is at 98.7% efficiency. The Toyota filters, I believe, are at 66% efficiency. And you'll see that on the box, the different mediums. So that's some of the difference. You can see the construction inside. Yeah, there's no reinforcement. On the Amsoil, there's a reinforcement. So over the course of a year, it doesn't let the filter collapse. And if the filter collapses and it comes apart, it can damage the engine. So we got a couple O-rings we're going to replace. We're going to replace this one, which is on top, and then we're going to replace the big one. That's it. All right, so we got our O-rings out. Now all we do is throw on the fresh ones. Just rip open our fresh packaging. And the first one we're going to put on is the big one. Just rolls right on. Just roll it right on like so. And that's it. There you go. And now our other O-ring, this one goes right in here, and it just lays right in. And that, you go ahead and put in this little metal cap to drain it. You go ahead and put it on right here. Threads on like butter. That's it. Just tighten it up. You don't have to go too tight. It bottoms out. Once it bottoms out, you're good. That's it. Then we got a little signature series. We go ahead and put in a little oil on the threads. As you guys know, the wetter the better. Put a little oil on. Always make sure you drip into the oil pan, which I have right here. Perfect. I got my oil pan below so it can drip in, and just make sure the threads are on good, and it'll thread up like butter. All right. Oil filter in, there's no specific way it goes, so both sides are the same. Just goes straight down, and that's it. You're good to go. It just threads right on. All right, it's that time again. We're putting in our 5W30 Signature Series 100% synthetic motor oil. Basically, you put this stuff in your car and you drive it super far. So who's ready for some crazy tall pours? I know I love crazy tall pours. Here we go. Liquid gold going in. One down, 6.4 total quarts goes in this engine. Lefty. First start with Amsoil. Alright guys, we're all wrapped up. We got our 6.4 quarts of 5W30 Signature Series in this bad boy. Absolutely perfection. If you guys love these videos and you've been watching my videos, it really helps me out if you can give them a thumbs up. And if I've helped you with your car and you're a subscriber or a Amsoil preferred customer, I really appreciate you checking out my channel and sharing it with others. It helps them out a lot, and it means a lot to me to have people have their car last 2 to 4 times longer than using OEM fluids. So it's time to put on our badge of honor. Let's do it. Shaboom. A little further out, right there. All right. That wraps it up. As always, if you guys have any questions on any of the products, feel free to reach out to me anytime. All right, we'll see you guys back next time on Synthetic Oil Protection.